It is 8 o'clock in the morning. I just woke up, and today I'm going to be installing some import direct sway bar links to the Mazdaspeed 3. I haven't made a video in a little while, but I'm making one right now. I'm going to throw some jack stands underneath there and some little ramps underneath the tires. Alright, so before we start doing anything, I'm going to spray the bolts that I'll be loosening with some WD-40 just so that it can start working and kind of loosen up the bolts so I'm not fighting with it so hard. This one on top, there's a bolt on top. There's also a couple bolts here. Alright, so for this install, you're going to need a size 14 socket, a 17mm wrench, a 14mm wrench, I think it's the 5mm Allen key, and then you're going to need a size 17 socket head. And then to make things easier, I'm just using this as well, just to undo the bolts faster. If you have that, that'll come in handy. If not, you'll have to do it by hand and it'll work just the same like that. You're going to use your 14mm to take off these 4 bolts in order to get to the sway bar, so you can replace these bushings back here. And those are rusted on there good. So looks like we gotta go by hand. Alright, so since it wasn't going by hand either, and I have access to this high power air tool, we're gonna go with the big guns and just do it easy and get it off quick. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. There y'all go. Alright, so now that we got this off, we have access fully to the sway bar. So next, I'm going to be taking off these bottom, this top one right there, and then same on the other side. Alright. Last one has to go by hand. Oh, my wife. Apply some more WD-40 as needed. And there you go. That bolt's out. Time to do the other side now. I'm going to get a pipe and throw a pipe on the end of this so I can have more leverage. As you can see, there's my, this pipe is engineered specifically for this purpose. I did not just find it on the ground somewhere. So with this engineered pipe, oh, and there she goes. this bolt is out, and now these little clamps on the side can come off, and now you have access to these right there, and that's what we need. The new bushings, they are Moogs, and they just look like this. Take that off, move this down as much as possible, and you just pop it off, and there's your old one, and the Moogs are going on. Kind of just rub it in place, and you're done. I'm going to put these back on just so it can stay there. And now it's time to move on to the sway bar links, and I have a feeling these are going to be a pain because they have that little Allen wrench hole, and those are always bad. Alright, so size 17, and let's try to bust that nut. So I'm going to put these little brackets back on those bushings, so it's not like moving around while I'm trying to loosen it. That could be the problem. So I'm just gonna put them on there, just so they're not moving. Alright, so got the bolts back on, and now we can undo this one right here. Make sure you tighten these down. I don't know what the correct tension or whatever is supposed to be for them. Just tighten them till you can't tighten them anymore, but just don't tighten it with a air tool. Tighten it by hand, that way you won't like snap the bolt. Get your Allen wrench and get it in that hole where it fits, like that. Put your, and then you're just gonna have to unscrew it like that. So then now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to undo this top bolt right here. So for the top as well, you're gonna have to use your Allen wrench, stick it on top, and then put your wrench in there and undo it, and you have to hold it, and then after that it'll come out, and then this sway bar link pops out like that, and there's the old one. It's all battered up, and your sway bar link shouldn't move this easily. Here's the old one, and the new sway bar link right here, looking pristine. So you're gonna stick it in the top first, push it all the way up, move the bolt down, and then you can wiggle it into place, and then it should just go through, and then you can straighten it out, get everything straight. You just tighten down the bolts same way as before. Put your Allen key in the hole and then tighten it. That should be nice and tight. So this side is done. Time to move on to the next side. And basically it'll be the same process. So I'm just gonna go through it really fast. Alright, and then when you're done, there's that one there's on, as well as these bushings, sway bar link, and then on this side, there's the other bushing and the sway bar link. And then when you're done, make sure all the bolts are tightened down as tight as you can get them. These two up here, this one up top over here, and then on this side the same thing, this one, and then those two. And then all's left to do is put that protective covering over here, bolt it on. So I'm gonna get that bolted on, and then we will be done. And also, while you were doing this to your sway bar bushings and sway bar links, If you wanted to, you could have just upgraded the sway bar itself, just swapped it out with your new one. I didn't do that. I just chose to leave this one. And also, if you wanted to, you could have painted it, or because it's pretty rusty, so if you wanted to like sand it and paint it, you could have done that as well. I'm just leaving it as it is. I don't really care about it that much, just needs to be working. Okay, and that is it. The sway bar links and the bushings are installed. It took a little while because of the rust, and the bolts are just being stupid because those Allen wrench keys you have to use. But anyway, it's done, and hopefully the knocking that you guys have heard in previous videos is gone. I'm sure there's still going to be some noise left, but I'll see whenever I drive it. Just got to lower the car and take it for a spin. But if you guys like the video, comment down below anything you guys want to comment or suggestions or anything like that. Stay tuned because in the near future I'll be doing more handling mods to the Speed 3. If you guys want to see those, stay tuned for that, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And that's all I got. Peace out, guys.